Good. How are you?
Yes, sir, fine.
Good. How is everyone at home?
Yes, sir, all are fine.
Good. Your interview is on 4th of August, huh?
Yes, sir.
Right. So let us start with the possible consequences of US withdrawal from Afghanistan.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Should I talk about this?
What are the possible consequences of US withdrawal from Afghanistan?
Yes, sir. According to experts' estimate, there may be three possibilities that Taliban will overtake and theocratic rule will be established in Afghanistan. Secondly, it is possible that civil war may arise as different interest groups are there. And thirdly, again, Western power may involve and that will rise to another scenario.
Is it US's defeat?
Yes, sir. It is really difficult to consider it as a success or defeat because such a condition raised. As like in Vietnam also, US had to withdraw. So I think it is a different dynamics we can consider.
Even in Vietnam, was it not US's defeat?
Yes, sir. Yes, it was US defeat, but in another sense, as there was a domestic pressure in US that their troops should be withdrawn, and considering the civilizational values, the people there in US were not in a favor. So I think considering that scenario, it is again difficult to consider it as a defeat.
So how do you defeat forces like Taliban?
Yes, sir. As the if we have the clear identification of the enemy, then defeat is possible. But here, Taliban may have support of the different radicalization forces. So in such a scenario, defeat is difficult, but gradual evolution of favorable rule is actually the way out.
What was ISIS?
Yes, sir. It was Islamic State of Iraq and Syria, and in Syria and other states, it was a prevalent.
Was or is ISIS defeated?
Yes, sir. ISIS forces are defeated, especially in that West Asian region. But as an ideology, it is still continued.
So I come back to my original question: how do you defeat an ideology? That is the question.
Yes, sir. Defeating ideology, if it have the distorted phenomena, then there should be bottom-up approach. Because if we impose the democratic values are good, but if we impose from above, it is self-defeating in itself. As observed in the Iraq, Saddam Hussein rule was overthrown, but afterwards what anarchy and chaos prevailed, it was not, it could not happen that we could defeat that ideology.
Could USA build the nation in Japan after Second World War?
Sorry, sir, I could not get this question here.
Japan was defeated in the Second World War, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes.
And then USA took over Japan.
Yes, sir. What I understand is realist politics prevailed in Japan because even after these bomb attacks, still they signed the friendship treaty, and that the respective government could not sustain even in next 2 terms. So it was their realist decision to be with US.
So where USA could succeed in state building in Japan, why did it fail in Iraq or Afghanistan?
Yes, sir. Again, I think this bottom-up approach and evolving phenomena is important. Japanese society is a patriotic one, and they themselves have this will. Regarding armed forces also, they took their withdrawal and decided for a peace. So these are the major aspects. Community and people's opinion is really important.
Okay. Yes, please.
Tell me this, you done your post-graduation from Indira Gandhi National Open University.
Yes.
So what are the advantages that the Open University offers to the students?
Yes, sir. Actually, this Open University can access to a larger extent of students. Everyone may not, for everyone it may not be possible to admit in a formal education system. So these courses provide such opportunity, as well as people who are engaged in another working officials or job people. So for all them, this is good option.
So actually, the way you studied in an open university, is it something akin to what is happening now? Nowadays, the classes are online. And open university also had no contact with the teachers. So is it something similar?
Yes, I mean it's quite different one, because in open university there are not regular lectures phenomena. Even now online learning is going on, but via this online or digital platforms teachers are connected. So this is some difference.
Okay, now see, this COVID has created problems for the education system. Everybody is going to be given market. Today the 10th result is going to be declared. Similarly 12th after some time. And these marks are based on certain kind of assessment which people don't believe in. So what is the system that the government should follow now for giving entrance to the colleges, where professional colleges, where there are no exams, as stated earlier. Engineering colleges had exams, medical colleges had exams, but others don't. So what is it that you propose? How should the admissions be given to students?
Yes, sir. I think similar type of entrance should be conducted even for humanities and commerce side, because assessment is really important one, without which we cannot develop the competence of students ahead. So it is quite possible that they can announce entrance, and after 1 or 2 months, based on their previous knowledge, student can give it.
But then what have you achieved? If you are going to have another examination, you could have had the first examination in the first place. The examination which you avoided, if you are going to have it 2 months later, it is almost the same thing. So have you really achieved anything?
Sir, actually board exams are lengthy one, different papers are there, so it might be difficult for administration to conduct such a lengthy examination. But if we take entrance, then it would be 1 day program, so it would be more easy.
What do you understand by empowerment of women?
Yes, sir. Empowerment of women is a multi-pronged approach. Means if women are economically independent, merely based on that phenomena, we cannot consider them empowered. So I think enhancing their political say, increasing their social status, their decision-making capability, these aspects are also there in women empowerment.
You mentioned about political empowerment.
Yes.
As it is, women are now allowed to have reservation in a political system to some extent. One example is the sarpanch of a village. A woman can become a sarpanch. But what is actually happening is you have a sarpanch pati.
Yes, sir.
So therefore, is it really helping empowerment in the political field? And what do you really recommend? How can this be rectified?
Yes, sir. Due to patriarchal trends, really it is becoming difficult for women to go ahead. But I think gradual mechanism is helping women. For example, nowadays male members of family are not allowed in meetings in a village panchayat. So that may help at least to put their say in certain meetings. As well as government is planning for Gram Swaraj Abhiyan, where women may be trained politically. So likely measures and its spillover on socio-economic aspect that may collectively empower women gradually.
Okay, tell me something about the bilateral relation between India and Nepal in the recent times.
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir, I could not hear you.
Tell me something about the bilateral relations between India and Nepal.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. In Nepal, political churning is going on, and KP Sharma Oli is now he dissolved his parliament, and new prime minister is there. So now it is estimated that being from Congress party, Sher Bahadur Deuba, with his prime ministership, we can enhance our ties. But I think that only means such a rule may not be favorable, but we have to address our delivery deficit over there, because China card is playing much more there, and this Belt and Road Initiative and respective projects are taking more footprints over there. So in a way, we should develop our projects. For example, Swadesh Darshan scheme, in that we can include Buddhist circuit and enhance tourism in Nepal.
Have you been investing any money?
Sorry, sir, I'm not aware about monetary compensation, but this oil pipeline project is there.
No, I'm saying like you as an individual.
Yes, sir.
Are you investing money into savings or any other form of savings?
No, sir.
Don't you think that women should have the education of investment of whatever they earn or whatever, I would say even the pocket money that they get from the parents?
Yes, sir. Actually, be it at homemaker women or be it students, everyone should have this fiscal prudence and investment vision. Because if in these sectors we are lagging much, I think, and this is affecting our developmental.
But why haven't you done so yourself?
Yes, sir. I was thinking about it, but due to different challenges of this ISET UPSC preparation, I thought I would take this option later.
Okay.
Hello, Bhuria.
Yes.
I'm also from Ferguson College, so welcome.
Thank you, sir.
You know how Ferguson College got the name?
Yes, sir. Yes, Ferguson was a governor of Bombay province, and he funded this for this college. Therefore, Ferguson got its name.
The famous person stayed in that college. There is a hostel, there is a room there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Vida Savarkar. So he was there in Ferguson College, alumni of Ferguson College.
So now Ferguson College has become autonomous. What exactly all this means? Autonomous, deemed university. What does exactly all this mean?
Yes, sir. If college is under formal university, it have to follow the university guidelines regarding curriculum and other programs. Whereas if it got the autonomous status, it have the autonomy and choice to design the curriculum. So they can have more rigorous course as well as different programs can be set. So in a way, I think it can have good prospects in career also.
But there is a bit of a reluctance by the staff, I think, to change over to autonomy.
Sorry, sir, I'm not aware about their reluctance, but yes.
They fear that maybe their jobs will go because it is becoming something like a private, universities.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I noticed that in your MA, you have done socialism in India.
Yes, sir. Social movements in India.
Social movement in India.
Yes, sir.
So, when will your constitution get amended? This socialist, there was a kind of amendment made.
Yes, sir.
And during whose time?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It was 42nd Amendment, 1976, and during Indira Gandhi time.
But also, you have studied environmental globalization.
Yes, sir.
So we were sometime back talking about Paris Accord, we were talking about Kyoto Protocol. India is also trying to do something. We have got a headquarters of solar, in Delhi. What are your views on this? You think we're going to get rid of oil and coal-based plants? And is it good to go for nuclear? If you are into Maharashtra, there is a lot of resistance going on.
Yes, sir. Regarding this new renewable energy projects, India is doing well. Rather, it is overperforming. So, its iron disease in Paris are really working well, and we should go ahead with this. Regarding nuclear, I think it cannot be solution for larger extent. Yes, we are working on that, but more focus is on a solar energy, where we have good prospects.
Okay. You've been a team member of Mukta Chanda. What does it mean? What is exactly Mukta Chanda?
Yes, sir. It was a college event where we students try to provide platform who other way cannot represent themselves. Likely communities or likely people we invite. For example, during our time, we invited Warli community for their dance performance.
There is a painter called Sabnis. Have you been to his paintings? He does paintings especially for people, like you have at the moment a certain amount of difficulty about seeing things. He makes paintings so that you can even read his painting and feel the paintings. Okay.
Yes.
He's in Pune, quite famous about this. Over to you.
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir, I'm not aware about it.
Hello, Pooja.
Yes, sir.
I'm seeing here that you've given income tax as a second option.
Yes, sir.
So, what is the tax GDP ratio right now?
Yes, sir. Tax to GDP ratio is total tax collection to means GDP.
So, what is it right now? How much is it?
Yes, sir. It is about 11%.
Okay. And what are the problems that income tax is facing currently? And what are the problems and what are the solutions?
Yes, sir. Regarding income tax, we have we don't have much people under its net, and different tendency of tax evasion are also there. So government is now doing this faceless assessment, where this tax evasion could be the difficult, and we can have good revenue collections from this, as well as increasing tax net. Different provisions are proposed, but now in a recent future I think it's quite difficult. For example, taxing well-off farmers is one of the options to increase the income tax, but it is quite difficult for a recent future.
Do you think that the governor's office, is it time to do away with the governor's office? Of late it has seemed to be a lot of controversy regarding the governor's role. So do you think it's a time now to do away with the governor's office? What are your views?
Yes, sir. I think office of governor is a constitutionally provided, and it have its own significance, especially in a country like where we have asymmetric federalism. So doing away with the office of governor is not a way out, but we should ensure its wisdom in governor's office, where biased trends may not be followed.
How can that be done?
Yes, sir. Different commissions have provided for this, measures for this, like Sarkariya Commission, and if we can implement that. For example, governor should not be from any political affiliations or such norms are there. So I will look more into it. I'm not much aware. Yes.
What are your views regarding electoral bonds? Do you know there is electoral bond?
Yes, sir.
So what is it really? Is it transparent that the design was to make the bonds transparent? Are they being transparent, or is there is a flaw regarding that? There's a problem regarding that. What are your views?
Yes, sir. Its intent was good, that all transaction would come under the formal mechanism. However, I think there are concerns regarding its implementation, because the way anonymity is a protect, that is getting favored by political parties. So I think it is not doing much well.
So what can be done to increase the transparency?
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir, I am not much aware.
The Atmanirbhar packages, are you aware of that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So do you think those were beneficial? 26 lakh crores of packages were given out during the COVID pandemic.
Yes, sir.
Are they beneficial? Have they worked? What are your views regarding?
Yes, sir, definitely. These are important for recovery, our economic recovery, especially during COVID time. And different MSMEs, these are getting benefited from this. So as well as we have identified some of the sunrise sectors, and for that targeted funding is going on. As well as in health sector, funding is going on. So for liquidity enhancement and as a way of the counter-cyclic fiscal measure, these are working well.
These are mostly in the form of loans.
Yes, sir.
So, what are the problems with that?
Sorry.
Those were not given as a cash incentives. Those were mostly given in the form of loans.
Yes, sir.
So, it is for the individual to avail it or not. So, what are the problems regarding that?
Yes, sir. I think these are mostly available for business purposes because in phases of recovery of this during COVID pandemic, the first focus was well-being. Second was to maintain our supply chains. So different street vendors, then small MSMEs, they are getting benefit with these loans. So if they can maintain their production in a supply chain, and gradually government's measure of ensuring this money in a pockets of public via different employment schemes like MG Narega and other like National Infrastructure Pipeline. So in a both way, means government is working on a both the fronts, and gradually we can observe recovery.
But during the lockdown, there was like lockdown, so there was no demand. So if loans are given, they will gradually turn into non-performing. So don't you think these are bad loans? Because lack of demand, these people won't be able to perform because of the lockdowns,
yes,
or the restricted timings.
Yes, sir.
So don't you think there will be hesitancy on the banks for giving these kind of loans also?
Sir, actually what happened, if we could means if these supply chains are disrupted, then it is really difficult to revive them. Consumer behavior can be changed, means some way either means people can enhance their purchasing power gradually, but this disruption in supply chain should not happen, and this is estimated in economic survey.
Thank you.
Hello Pooja.
Hello, ma'am.
Welcome, and I congratulate you for being here.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Yes. You've written something in your extracurriculum activities that is analyzing human nature.
Yes, yes,
Through
ma'am.
day-to-day life.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you please tell me more about it?
Yes, ma'am. I like to analyze human nature through this day-to-day life event. So what I do is I try to observe the responses and psyche behind that. Then I understand the context and correlate it with certain psychological habits and thought patterns. So based on that, generalize something.
So, your take on the interview right now?
Yes, ma'am.
You've interacted with each of us on a one-to-one basis, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So, any feedback for us?
Yes, yes, ma'am. Means I observed the situation initially when I entered, and immediately it gets started. So the way means at that time some stress was there, I think, and that's why means my real views could not be represented. So what I observed is when one get that cordial means atmosphere, one can express well. This is just simple observation that I could do.
Great. Okay, you just give me 3 reasons why you should be selected right now.
Yes, ma'am. Considering my strength, I think I could means work well in administration. That my strengths are I can build good relations with people and maintain due warmth with them. Then perseverance, as since long there are different ups and downs, but still I could pursue it with passionately. And third is my optimism. So these may be the values.
Great. And one last question. How do you think COVID has impacted the life of women? This COVID situation.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Has it?
Yes, yes, ma'am. Definitely.
How and why?
Yes, ma'am. Actually, largely, I think COVID situation affected negatively on lives of women because their work burden increased as people, this work from home culture is prevalent. Then, as women are expressive and this social engagement were avoided during this COVID time, so they experience kind of depression. Yes, ma'am. As well as regarding their job profiles, as now job market is relatively down, so there is a much favor towards male job employees, and women are not that much incentivized. So in a way, I think women are affected.
Okay. And your future plans? Where do you see yourself 10 years from now?
Yes, ma'am. Fortunately, if I could get opportunity to enter in civil service now, so I think after 9 years, there are opportunities where we can take this study gap. And as I come from this rural background, I would like to specialize in that aspect, rural and women. So I would be pursuing some studies for specialized work afterwards.
Great.
Good. Pooja, in discussion on governor's post, you used the phrase asymmetric federalism.
Yes, sir.
What do you mean by that?
Yes, sir. Means our federalism is not like US federalism, where all states are treated equally. But as per the needs, we have different provisions for different states. So this is asymmetric. For example, in a 5th and 6th schedule, those states have different provisions. So I meant that regarding this asymmetry.
Isn't the union government too strong for our democracy to be even called federalism?
Yes, sir. This word federalism is also not mentioned in our constitution, and the model of federalism we adopted, it tilted towards central government. So I think means it is a democratic one because it is not like coming together federalism of US, so it is holding together. So in a way, I think for maintaining our democratic credential itself, it is working well.
The subject of cooperative movement,
yes, sir.
is it in the union list or the state list?
Sorry, sir, I'm not aware about this.
Okay. Then on another question about economy, you use the phrase counter-cyclical measures.
Yes, sir.
What are counter-cyclical measures?
Yes, sir. What normally happens is means fiscal policies. If market is means government will do as per market is performing. That is fiscal measures. Means if market is now shrinking, government will also not spend because this time is not right. But what happened in a counter-cyclic fiscal policy, Keynesian model is followed, where government increases its expenditure so that demand can be increased. So what is happening recently is this, that government is trying to spend more so that liquidity can be enhanced and demand can be increased.
Who was Stan Swami?
Yes, sir. He was social activist from Jharkhand and working for the rights of tribal people over there.
Why was he involved in some alleged criminal activities?
Yes, sir. Actually, he was arrested in this Bhima Koregaon issue, where the concerns regarding urban Naxalism raised, and under Unlawful Prevention Activity Act, he was arrested.
What is the controversy regarding Jaitapur project?
Yes. Sorry, sir, I'm not aware about that.
Are you aware of what is Jaitapur project?
Yes, sir. It is a nuclear plant project.
And where is Jaitapur?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It is in Maharashtra, but I'm not aware about this.
Since your interview is on August 4,
yes, sir.
I have reason to think that something to do with August 5 may be asked to you.
Yes, sir.
So can you tell us what is the significance of the date August 5?
Yes, sir. On 5th of August 2019, the special status of Jammu and Kashmir was abrogated with the dilution of Article 370.
Good.
Yes, sir.
And that discussion can head in any direction, please remember.
Yes, sir.
If that comes up, then it can be any discussion about Jammu Kashmir.
Yes, sir.
Tell us how Vipassana inspires you.
Yes, sir. Firstly, it is regarding acceptance of my disability. And then I think it helps me a lot to maintain my balanced state of mind. Every time different challenges do come, but due to this Vipassana, I could maintain emotional intelligence and pursue excellence in my desirable work.
Excellent. Please continue with that. All our best wishes for you.
Yes,
Thank you.
sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Pooja, excellent as you were excellent even last time.
Yes.
We are very not only happy, we are already proud of you.
Yes, sir. Thank you
And
so
we
much.
look forward to your success.
Yes, sir.
Now, You are very properly dressed for the interview. Please continue with that. Then your voice shows energy. Again, continue with that.
Yes, sir.
There is a very good poise in your answering. That is also a plus point. You want some pad and pen? Or
No, sir.
someone
No, sir.
else to come in or note for you?
Yes, sir. Video recording is going on.
Video
so it's
recording
fine.
is going on.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
you
Fine.
will get it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, good. So the poise, I use the word poise, that is very good.
Yes, sir.
Then on most of the questions you are coming across as very well prepared.
Yes.
Your references are good.
Yes.
So it was only when the discussion about governor etc. started that for a while your voice went down.
Yes, sir.
No need to do so.
Yes, sir.
It is okay to sometimes say I'm sorry, I don't know.
Yes, sir.
And in the interview you did say it a couple of times without getting disturbed.
Yes.
But on the discussion about governor or something, the voice went down. So I thought of bringing up the subject again. And only one last small point from my side, and then we'll hear other panel members.
Yes, sir.
On most of the questions, you are starting your answer with the word either yes sir or yes madam.
Yes.
On most of the questions, you need not do that. Start the answer. Just start the answer. Right? But if it is naturally coming out, let it continue.
Yes.
And today, at least personally, I started with deliberately straight away got down to discussion because I have my notes of the previous interview over here and the area we had covered. So I wanted to find out the new area. You have come across very well over there also.
Yes, sir.
So if last time your score was 180, this time I am going to say 190.
Yes. Thank you so much.
And aim at 200 on August 4.
Yes.
Actually aim at 200. You are capable of that?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, right? So we look forward to your success.
Yes, sir.
I have one point to add here.
Yes.
Like Dharmadika sir has told you that you are on August 4th is the interview. People might ask you what happened on August 5th, but people can also ask you what is likely to happen tomorrow. Because everybody thinks, all news channels are asking what is going to happen on the next August 5th. Because August 5th is always something in the last 2-3 years is happening. Some major decision is being taken.
Yes, sir.
So you think about it, what can happen on August 5th.
Yes.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask a question about Lapur area earthquake and all those kind of things. So please be prepared since that has been in the news.
Yeah.
I think recently also there were some mild tremors in that area.
Yes.
Otherwise, quite good. All the best to you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Very good, Pooja.
Yeah.
Little more depth will be helpful to you, especially regarding the choice of second option in IRS IT. So, because I belong to income tax, so I am telling you. So, regarding the portal, there are a lot of problems currently.
Yes.
Okay, so you brush up regarding the latest things. Plus, there is a news that too many changes and too fast changes are going on. Not only in the portal, but in the act also.
Yes.
So the business world is not able to cope up with those changes as it happens because even small time traders or those are being impacted. Okay, so that you may brush up a little bit. The rest of the things you pointed out the correct points, like widening the net and everything. It was okay.
Yes.
So a little more depth regarding those things. Governor's role, sir has pointed out already. You may study the Supreme Court guidelines also. There are various rulings and time and again Supreme Court has also come up with very good guidelines. Even the commissions have come up with guidelines.
Yes.
You remember that case?
No, sir. Actually.
SR Bommai case?
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Bommai case I remember. Yes.
And the context was current role, especially West Bengal, Maharashtra, all those current things. So maybe if you can join it up with the current dots, that will increase your marks.
Yes.
Because the context is always current.
Yes.
Okay, so whatever is being asked is with current context. So if you can just join the dots, that will help you a lot.
Yes.
All the best.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Harish?
Sir, I want to ask something.
Sure.
Actually, initially what happened, I came and immediately questions started. So I could not get. And in a flow, I think I could not represent well regarding those questions regarding Taliban and was it so or was
No,
I...
we didn't think so.
Yes.
Actually, I had a reason to get down to the subject immediately. After my initial 1 or 2 questions, how are you, how is everyone at home? Last time we had
Yes, sir. Yes.
discussed that. I immediately got down to finding out the latest are you update?
Yes.
And you did come across as update.
I thought that you will ask specific questions and then I would answer. So, so I could not get that.
Yeah.
And
But
another,
keep your mind ready for any such surprise.
yes, sir.
Even in Delhi, they can start either with factual questions or can immediately get down to some discussion of an issue.
Yes, sir.
But you were able to discuss it properly.
Yes.
I mean, we
I
don't
thought
think-
that there was kind of inconsistency as regarding those defeat point. I was thinking.
No,
Or-
no, we didn't think so.
Yeah.
I mean, if there is always something to be added, then in your place, I would have said that ideology cannot be defeated with military alone.
Yes.
So, for Islamic radicalism, there needs to be an ideological response. Okay?
Yes. Sir.
That would have been part of my answer, but it is okay. I mean, the way you dealt with it is fine.
Yes. Sir. And another was ma'am asked me regarding the present is human nature. So I tried it. Like, so was it well or
It
should
was.
I avoid it? Yes.
It was, yeah.
I was looking for the parameters. I mean, on what basis do you judge a person? You analyze, you said. So I just needed to know, and you came across very well.
Yeah.
Yes. I thought that I myself expressed that I was quite stressed and cordial atmosphere made me more frank. So
Then actually we should commend you even more because initially
yes.
you are saying you were stressed, but you did not come across like you were stressed. So you were able to hold the situation.
The voice modulation was good.
Yeah.
Actually, that is the strong point.
Yeah.
Throughout, she was balanced.
Yeah.
Throughout.
And sir, one last question that if we differ with government viewpoint as like Delhi Amendment Bill,
Yeah.
can we take such a stand?
You can.
Yes.
You can. What the panel wants is your honest answer, as long as you can justify whatever you are saying.
Yes. Sir.
So it is perfectly okay not to agree with all policies of government.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Pooja,
sir.
we are sure you are going to succeed
Yes. Sir.
and we look forward to your success.
Yes.
Bless you.
Yes, sir. I will try to become your trustee.
Yeah.
All the way.
All the
Thank
best.
you. Thank you.